The only reason they created a fake people called Palestinians back in the 1960s was in order to destroy Israel. There is no other purpose to the Palestinians than destroying Israel. They tried to use terror for decades. It did not work, so they changed strategies. Yasser Arafat himself, after the Oslo Accords were signed, he gave a speech to Muslims in Johannesburg, South Africa. I'm almost certain it was Johannesburg, South Africa. And again, this video is also on tape. He had to explain to the Muslim world why he was making a peace deal with Israel, the sworn enemies that he's always trying to kill and murder and kidnap and hijack airplanes. And he said, these Oslo Accords with Israel are like Muhammad's treaty with a Jewish tribe centuries ago. What was that treaty about? It was to wait until that Jewish tribe were complacent and weak to then kill and murder them and destroy them and rape their women, which Muhammad did. So, right after Yasser Arafat signed the Oslo Peace Accords, right, that the whole world said, oh, peace is upon us, the two-state solution, we're going to have peace. He went to the Muslims and told them in Arabic, this isn't about peace. This is just a stepping stone to destroy Israel. This is what Arafat said right after he signed the Oslo Accords. That is what the two-state solution is about, destroying Israel. He used to call it the salami approach. One piece of salami at a time. We weaken Israel one piece at a time. We take their land away one little bit at a time. That's not me talking. That was Arafat. That was the PLO. That's the precursor of the Palestinian Authority today. The whole purpose of the Palestinian Authority is to destroy Israel. The whole purpose of a two-state solution is to destroy Israel. The whole purpose of a fake invention called Palestinians, who have no history here, no history whatsoever. Ask any Palestinian Arab, any Arab who self-identifies as a Palestinian, right? To name one leader of theirs or one cultural icon from 100 years ago. They can't name anybody because they don't have anybody. They don't have a history as a people with leaders, with cultural icons. They're not a people. They are various Arabs who over the past 100 years or so happened to come live here in this country because the Jews were here and there was a lot of work to do. As opposed to the Jewish people. We have thousands of years of history in this land, documented, not just in the Bible, but in the history books. And if you know about the Roman Empire, the most successful rebellion against Rome were the Jews, were the Jewish Empire. No other people succeeded in rebelling against Rome like the Jews. They had to bring their best armies and the most soldiers to put down a ragtag people, a small people in this small plot of land that was the Jewish homeland. It's in the history books, people. For centuries, for thousands of years, there has been a Jewish presence here in this land. We can name you the rabbis, Ramban, the Rambam, the Ari, throughout the generations. We can name you the Jews who have come here to live here and to visit, and where they lived and when they lived here in Israel. Continuously, there has always been a Jewish presence. We have the names to tell you about. Yet, those people who self-identify as Palestinian Arabs, they don't have a history here. They can't even tell you the names of their people who were here 100 years ago. Forget about 200, 300, 400, 500, 1,000 years. They got nothing. They got nothing. And it's not me telling you this. They're the video proof of themselves saying that they invented this identity called Palestinians in order to destroy Israel. So my message for President Trump is, you know what? You're coming out saying two-state solution might be preferable, but maybe the one state, it already shows that it's dead in the water. It's not going to go anywhere because it's missing the misunderstanding that the whole purpose of the Palestinians, who are really just Arabs, and the two-state solution is the ultimate destruction of Israel. And the only solution to peace here is to get rid of those pushing to destroy Israel, inciting the children with textbooks to destroy Israel, inciting the children with television program to murder Jews, rewarding Arabs to murder Jews. The only way we're going to have peace for Jews and Arabs to live together here is when the world finally allows us to eradicate all the terror and the incitement to terror and the rewarding of terror and everyone involved with that. So that in the end, the only Arabs who live here with us in our midst are those who understand how blessed they are to live under Jewish rule and have equality and freedom of religion and the prosperity that comes with living in the Jewish state of Israel. And anyone who does not, anyone who is a terrorist, anyone who supports terrorism, anyone who incites terrorism, they will either be put in the ground 6 feet under, or jailed, or expelled. That is when we will have peaceful living between Jews and Arabs here in the land of Israel under Jewish rule. And it's not going to be the two-state solution, because the two-state solution means that they're always going to be working towards destroying Israel. People think that if a state of Palestine is created on the Jewish ancestral homeland, Judea and Samaria, where the Bible was written, where our ancestors lived, where our prophets prophesied, if they believe that when the Arabs are given a state on our land, on our ancestral land, that they're going to stop and all of a sudden live in peace with us, they are deluding themselves. That is just another piece in the salami that they will be using to destroy all of Israel. So again, I respect and admire President Trump for his realistic-based foreign policy, but here we see again that there still is a misunderstanding, which basically means to me, nothing's going to happen. It's not going to go anywhere. Whatever deal of the century he's working on, he is ignoring still the reality on the ground, which is the ultimate motivation to destroy Israel. And you could already have heard it if you had listened to Abbas's speech on the United Nations floor today, where he basically said he supports terror, he supports giving money to terrorists, and he was lying through his teeth about them being a peaceful people. We all know that peace for them is shooting Jews and then blaming the Jews that the Jews were violent and therefore the Arabs are innocent. He is a liar. He's lying through his teeth. It is the Arabs who are using violence against us for over 100 years, terror and violence against Jews. It has nothing to do with the creation of the State of Israel. They didn't want Jews here before the State of Israel was created. It has nothing to do with the 1967 war. They've been killing us even before they were the first settlements in Judea and Samaria. It has nothing to do with Jerusalem being recognized as the capital of the Jewish people of the State of Israel. They were killing us in Hebron and Jaffa and Tzfat and Haifa back in the 1920s and 1930s, before Trump was born, before Israel had a capital of Jerusalem, because Israel wasn't even a state in the 1920s and 30s. So if people just understand the truth and the history, they will see that this two-state solution and this invention of a fake people called Palestinians and trying to give them rights in our land where only the Jews have rights to national rights to this land, all those solutions are not going to bring any peace. It's just going to perpetuate the terror and the war. That's it for me, signing out with a truth message that Ari Fuld worked on getting across to everyone. Thank you so much for listening. Share this important information. And again, we want peace, but we want a true peace based on truth. Not based on fiction, not based on lies, not based on a fictitious people called Palestinians and their lies, but based on the truth. And when Arabs understand the truth and accept the truth and see how blessed they are to live with the Jews in the Jewish state of Israel peacefully, we will have peace with them. But until that day, we're not going to have peace until we get rid of everyone who supports terror, who incites terror, who is involved in terror. They're either 6 feet under, or they're jailed, or they're expelled because of their illegal actions in being involvement or support of terror. That the only Arabs remaining here are those who want to live in peace because they know how blessed they are to live with the Jews. That's it. Signing off from the ancestral homeland of the Jewish people with the truth that Ari Fuld and I worked, and I'm going to continue to work to make sure this message gets out there. Shalom, shalom, and Laila Tov. I'm out of here. Time to go to sleep. Almost 2 o'clock in the morning here, 1:30 a.m.